Hello, Chords and Notes Nation. How are you guys doing today? Still messing with the lighting down here. Trying to find what works, what doesn't work. So, hope you guys enjoy the rawness of my videos. Just a little corner in the basement where I'm comfortable. But I want it to look good too. Yeah, well, I'm not a professional. Anyways, we have some new members to Chords and Notes Nation, so welcome. And as always, the music reactions and anything that you find on this channel will be raw, unedited, and honest. That's about all I can say about that. Hey, those subscriptions are growing. We got a lot of ground to cover, but we've covered a lot of ground as well. And the views are going up, so I appreciate that. I appreciate that you guys are spending the time to watch and listen to the videos I put together for you. And as always, I get a number of requests, and as Chords and Notes Nation grows, more requests will come in, and since I'm only one man, I'm falling under a mountain of requests, but I'm okay with that, and I will sift through as many of them as I can and pick ones that I can do when I can do them. So stay patient. Eventually I'll get to your requests. And eventually I might find a more efficient way of processing those requests and taking them. But that being said, a band I've never even heard of is what I'm going to start reviewing today. The band Haggard, from their album Tales of Ithiria. And just a real quick internet research, or search, I should say, not research, told me that they're from Germany. So if that's true, you guys let me know. I'm not going to research them because I want my research, as with all bands that I don't know or I'm vaguely familiar with, I want my research to come through the work that they do, and then we can fill in all the details later as time progresses. So that being said, if I read the track listings correctly, this is Chapter 1, Tales of Ithiria, from the album Tales of Ithiria, by the band Haggard. And I haven't found a good lyric video yet, so I'm going to wing this and use these guys to tell me what they're saying. We'll see. Let's go.
My son, now listen what I say. Keep in mind what you have learned. Wrap your fingers around tears my pain. I'm the God who will be. Through the make strike I have lost the ability to see. Now my child, your time has come. Mercy not with those you harm. Wrap your fingers around your soul. Rest on down.
Nice. Nice. Really nice. Wow. Just need a second here to process this. And I'm going to be pulling up the lyrics. And I apologize. There was a moment in that song where you heard some other noises going on. I was actually searching for the lyrics. And I went on to a website that I didn't realize they had a pop-up and other noises were going to happen. So I apologize for that. I normally don't do that. What happened on the outset of all of this is when I was looking for the right YouTube video for this song, when I was pulling up for the lyrics, it wasn't English. At least the first few sets of lyrics. And I didn't realize that I was going to be walking into a song that starts out singing in Latin. So I didn't go any further. The moment I saw, okay, this is in English, let's go to a different one. And then I made the decision on the spot, you know what, I'll just look up the lyrics later. Let's try and do this, listen to it. And so on and so forth. So anyways, I'm going to pull up the lyrics, and that'll help me fill in what I couldn't pick up on. And at first, well, I think what I want to do here is let's talk musically, because that's what sold me immediately. Very rarely can I listen to one song from an artist or a band that I've never heard before and instantly want more. But that's exactly what just happened with this. I loved it. I think it was... it's what I'm looking for in that genre of music. Now, I've listened to a lot of the different symphonic metal and fantasy-oriented medieval type stuff. And there's a lot of good stuff out there. There really is. But this had everything, surprisingly, because I didn't know I was walking into this. So thank you for requesting it. But this was done exactly the way that I would want it done if I were to do it myself. If that means anything to you guys, I don't know, but it means a lot to me. It was so controlled, and it was well balanced. That's the key. It was really well balanced. So we started out with a string quartet, and then we started adding different layers. We added the classical acoustic guitar, and then we got into more modern instruments, obviously, with the electric guitar, bass, drums, that sort of thing. And then we had both opera vocals and a bit of a symphonic orchestra added in as well. And it was layered in so well. It wasn't just, okay, this is everything we're doing, and boom, in your face, try and process it. With that sort of thing, when you're dealing with a lot of different instruments and a lot of different changes in the musical style within the same song, it has to be done incrementally in order for the listener to process that music and make those connections in a way that isn't off-putting to them. Okay, and this is obviously my opinion here, but this is where I'm going with this. And one of the things, those of you who listen to my Angra reactions, another band that I really like, thank you to my friends in Brazil for bringing that one up. The only thing that I can say about Angra that I wish was a little bit different is how the drummers, or the drummer, I should say, is always using that double bass roll as a standard rather than as an effect. And that it's not just him, it's that genre of music, that power symphonic metal It's as many notes as possible in the shortest amount of time. Honestly, it doesn't matter what instrument. That's just kind of the way it is. But that double bass, the bass drum is to accentuate. So typically, you hit the bass and a cymbal at the same time. There's an accent. You have your low and your high. Okay, so your bass and your treble in percussion. And so they are used to accent what's going on in the mid-range. And so anytime that it's just and I'm probably doing it slower than they do it. How's that? To me, it just takes away. It's great when it's used properly and it's used in its place. But when it's overused, it just becomes a turnoff. Here in this song, there were only certain moments that it was used. That is what I liked a lot when it comes to that. And musically, it was constructed, this song was constructed in a way that, well, it was seamless. There was a theme. There was that medieval theme, that medieval musical theme that was scattered throughout. Even when it went into the metal, the feel was still there, and then they could seamlessly transition over into the flutes or the strings or whatever it is they wanted to do, and in and out seamlessly. The other part of that is when I've heard that before, other bands do it in different ways. I want to walk away from this word seamlessly because that's already been dealt with, and that's not really what I want to say here. What I'm trying to say is when you're listening to these types of songs and you get, okay, here we got the metal, which is all in your face, it's recognizable, it's loud, it's like this. I'm trying to think in three-dimensional terms here. It's like boy, I can't find the right analogy. But the best way that I can describe what I want to say is in other songs from other bands that are similar to this, the metal part of it, when it transitions over into the softer, more string type classical music, there's this moment where maybe seamless is what I'm talking about. But to the ears, it was pleasant, okay? If that makes any sense. What Haggard did was very pleasant. It was a seamless transition, but it was almost barely noticeable. So it was so seamless that it was all one fabric. I don't know. Maybe I'm just spinning my wheels on this trying to explain something I've already explained. And I have the lyrics in front of me, and just a quick run through. I'm just going to take a moment here to scan it, because some of it I got, some of it I didn't get. Okay, so I'm not, you know what, why not, I'll just read it a little bit. Well, there's a lot of lyrics here. Okay, so we have some German in here, we have English, we have Latin. My son, now listen what I say, keep in mind what you have learned, wrap your fingers around your sword, maybe you will not return. Thousands that we once have been, only a few are still here, I've to give this sacrifice. So someone's, I'm not going to say he's marching off to war, but keep in mind what you've learned. So someone is passing on some words of wisdom to this individual, and telling him, you know, keep your fingers around your sword. Maybe you will not return thousands that we have been. Maybe this is, well, this isn't about crusades, but it sounds a little bit like it. My life, my blood, my tears, my pain, I'm the gardener of the other. As the horn sounds the alarm. Yeah, so there's some sort of battle that's about to begin, and the this individual is part of a small group. Um, God, I love the poetry here. Now that all silence was disturbed, the ground is red as autumn leaves. Father Frost, the last they feel on these mighty endless fields. So there was a big battle. The ground's red as autumn leaves. Love it. So going from autumn to winter, which is metaphorically speaking as well. Hush, my child, mother is your death. So he was killed. He's dying. So better beware. Let your senses take care. Your innocent mind will. He holds wisdom of ancient time. Yeah, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the lyrics here because that will come. What I'm going to do is I'm going to review this whole album, not in one sitting. I'll do it from song to song, but I'm going to. What I'll do next time is I'll find a proper lyric video so I can listen to it as the music's playing. Because you know what, another artist said it the best. Toby Mac. He said, "Music can take words to a place where mere words can't go themselves." So it's very important to listen to these and read these as the music is playing out, because music is going to take these words to a different level, to a different place. Anyways, and this is more of a conceptual album, or at least there's a story going on, and I have a sense the story is going to continue throughout the whole album. So and I like that. I really like that type of music. I like when the story is being told. Same thing with Angra, Temple of Shadows. So anyways, I have to move on. Thank you so much. I wanted to make sure I gave this band an opportunity. We will continue. Stay patient. As my list of songs grows, I have to make sure I try and get to everyone. And I know my Tool fans are getting impatient for another excursion down the rabbit hole, so I'm going to have to do that soon too. Anyways, be well. Take care of each other. Thank you guys so much. Let's get those subscriptions up. Share with your friends if you like it. And that's all I got. Thanks.